Good day, everyone. For today's lesson, we will be tackling creating sustainable city. What is sustainable city? What are the characteristics, ways to make more sustainable and resilient, and so on. First, let us define what is sustainable city. A sustainable city is an urban-centered engineer to improve its environmental impact through urban planning and management. For an eco-city definition, picture cities with parks and green spaces, solar-powered buildings, rooftop gardens, and more pedestrians and cyclists than cars. This is not a futuristic dream. Smart cities are actively moving toward greener urban ecosystems, and better environmental stewardship. The sustainable city is an eco city or green city is a city designed with consideration for social, economic, environmental impact, and resilient habitat. We have here five characteristics of a sustainable city. These are make it easy to get around without a car, add EV charging station, provide access to public resources and green spaces, improve water conservation and waste management, and last, support urban farming. First is make it easy to get around without a car. Cities striving for sustainability can create paths, bike bridges, and sidewalks and encourage citizens to walk, ride, or commute via metro trains or buses. These are some of the critical components of sustainable urban development because of their many benefits. Decrease congestion, reduction of harmful emissions, enhance air quality, and improve health and wellness. Next is add EV charging station. Urban areas can incentivize the construction of these stations, and planners can team up with developers to map out appropriate allocations for charging stations. Key benefits include lower transportation costs, reduced train or traffic management, infrastructure, massive reduction of carbon emissions, and cleaner air. Next is provide access to public resources and green spaces. Infrastructure designs and urban landscaping can go a long way toward enhancing public resources and making cities more vibrant. Some of the benefits of this feature include more livable urban centers, improve urban mobility, support for diverse ecosystems, including birds, bees, and butterflies, and last, mental health for residents. Next is improve water conservation and waste management. Cities can improve water conservation and waste management through sustainable urban planning. With shortage increasing across the globe, technology to monitor water system and provide leak detection is key, along with incentives for citizens and businesses to save water. The benefits are many. Fewer water shortage, enhanced availability for water for recreation purposes, reduce waste and the energy used to manage it, and less environmental pollution. Last is support urban farming. Food is second to energy as the most in-demand city resource. Urban farming enhances food production, reduces food insecurity, and mitigates the environmental effects of food transportation. Urban farming practices include vertical gardens, rooftop farming, and community gardens.
5 ways to make cities more sustainable and resilient. Number 1. Urban transport systems need to become more sustainable. Sustainable urban transport can include giving priority to bicycles over cars as done, for example, in Copenhagen, where a bridge exclusively for bikes has been constructed by introducing bus rapid transit or BRT, with dedicated bus routes like in Johannesburg of cable cars as part of urban public transport systems to link hilly and often low-income urban communities to the city like in Medellin or La Paz. Number 2. Nature-based solutions work for cities too. Increasingly, nature-based solutions are considered in urban climate change adaptation and disaster risk reduction. An example would be New York City's greened rooftops and streets that can better manage stormwater runoff and improve urban climate. China introduced the concept of sponge cities, cities with open spaces that can soak up flood water and prevent disaster in ecologically friendly ways. A growing number of tools are supporting cities throughout the implementation phase. For example, this one developed by UNU-EHS scientists. Number 3. Community networks can support urban disaster resilience. Impacts from disasters such as floods or storms are often worst in densely populated urban areas. While the role of proper building codes and land use planning has been recognized in reducing disaster risk for a long time, increasingly social ties and community networks are on the agenda. When developing solutions for how to support the elderly during heat waves, for example, finding help in the community is equally important to beneficial infrastructure. Number 4. Smart solutions can improve urban livelihoods. For poor urban dwellers, access to even basic urban services can be a challenge. If you live in an informal settlement and you do not have a proper address and a bank account, it is often difficult to sign up for basic necessities such as water and energy services. Digital technologies such as mobile money can change that. In Kenya, smart metering enables payment for utilities and transportation by means of mobile money, thereby providing more equal access. Furthermore, the mobile money services facilitate transfers between urban and rural areas and are particularly helpful for female-headed households. Number 5. Cities, countries, and international bodies need to collaborate. Urban sustainable development needs to be a top priority not only in cities but beyond urban boundaries. For this purpose, Brazil enacted a city statute and implemented a Ministry of Cities in 2003 to direct urban planning and to make it more sustainable and inclusive. Countries are also coming together on an international level. For example, at the United Nations Conference on Housing and Sustainable Urban Development, Habitat 3, in which 167 countries participated to focus on sustainable urban development and adopted the new urban agenda. While good ideas are getting implemented in different cities around the world, it is this kind of collaboration that can make a difference globally.
Creating sustainable cities. A sustainable city concept incorporates eco-friendly practices, green spaces, and supporting technology into the urban environment to reduce air pollution and CO2 emissions. enhance air quality, and protect natural resources. These practices lead to a healthier environment for city residents and a lower carbon footprint for the city. Sustainable cities are becoming essential in the quest to reverse global climate change. Cities today must retrofit their infrastructure, for example, to ensure that the city can be easily navigated on foot, by bicycle on or on eco-friendly public transit system. In the energy that power and support city systems, from the power grid to water management to traffic and transit, can be upgraded to support lower emissions and better air quality. In this article, we look at goals for sustainable city in society and how urban areas across the globe can adopt green practices today and tomorrow. What is a sustainable city? A sustainable city is an urban center engineered to improve its environmental impact through urban planning and management. For an eco-city definition, picture city with a park and green spaces, solar-powered buildings, rooftop garden, and more pedestrian and cyclist than cars. This is not a futuristic dream. Smart cities are actively moving toward greener urban ecosystem and better environmental stewardship. Green technology is a key factor that is helping to foster more sustainable urban development. It compresses all aspects of city planning, including transportation, in infrastructure, telecommunication, and energy. Green tech also support green living practices, including recycling and use of energy and renewable resources in homes and offices. Sensor gateways, embedded radios and cellular router are at the heart of many sustainable city infrastructure and green building system. See our video introducing the green tech landscape. What are cities doing to become more sustainable? Smart cities are creating sustainable places with clean technology, parks and pathways, and urban sustainable principles. See our list of key eco-city characteristics to learn how to achieve sustainable city and communities. 6 characteristic and key feature of sustainable city. Make it easy to get around without a car. Add EV charging station. Provide access to public resources and green spaces. Improve water conservation and wastewater management. Support urban farming. Implement green architecture. Number 1. Make it easy to get around without a car. Automobile accounts for 75% of CO pollution in the US. Cities striving for sustainable can creating paths, bike bridge, and sidewalks and encourage citizens to walk, ride, or commute via metro trains or buses. These are some of the critical components of sustainable urban development because of their many benefits. Uh, Decreased congregation, re- reduction of harmful emissions, and enhance air quality and improve health and wellness. In Copenhagen, bicycle outnumber cars by over 5 and 1, and nearly half the pollution commutes by bike. City management City management has achieved this bike culture by building cycle superhighways with ample amenities along the way, including traffic lights, air pumps, and super intersections. Number 2, add EV charging station. Where, whereas whereas conver- convenz- conventional fuel driving vehicles generate on average of 4.6 metric tons per year. Hybrid can cut that in half, and electric vehicles produce zero. City aiming for the carbon neutrality must including EV changing station in their sustainable city planning. Urban areas can incentivize the construction of this station, and planner can team up with the developers to map out appropriate location for changing stations. Key, key benefits include 1. Lower transportation cost and reduce strain on traffic management infrastructure, and massive reduction of carbon emission and cleaner air. San Francisco, the fourth most popular city of California, has mandated that garage and parking lots install EV charging station for over 10% of these spaces. The city aims to achieve 100% emission-free ground transportation within 20 years. Number 3, provide access to public resources and green spaces. Access to natural nature and walking, biking paths are key elements of a sustainable city. Resources like parks, nature preserve, and recreational areas get people out of cars. And studies have shown that green spaces help improve mental health. Infrastructure design and urban landscaping can go a long way toward enhancing public resources and making cities more vibrant. Some of the benefits of this feature include uh, more livable urban centers, and improve urban mobility, and support for a diverse ecosystem including birds, bees, and butterflies, and mental health for residents. New York is one of the most advanced cities for sustainable. The Big Apple is implementing multiple sustainability program from a carbon challenge which aims for 50% emission reduction by 2025 to a zero waste project. City bikes rentals and urban parks built on landfill sites. And number 4, improve water conversion and waste management. Cities can improve water conservation, and waste management through sustainable urban planning. With water, with water shortage increasing across the globe, technology to monitor water system and provide leak detection is key, along with incentive for citizens and businesses to save water. Likewise, waste disposal practices can shift toward a circular economy model and sustainable city waste management program to minimize waste by recycle, composting, and ref- refor- repurposing materials are some proven ways city can be more sustainable with waste management. The benefits are many. Fewer water shortage, enhanced ability of water for recreational purposes, reduce waste and the energy used to manage it, less environmental pollution. For example, Dubai is an entirely self-sustainable city via renewable energy. The city is powered by clean energy produced by recycling water and waste, has 60% green space, irrigated with gray wastewater, and has banned single-use plastic bags. And number 5, support urban farming. Food is a second to energy as the most in-demand city resource. Urban farming enhances food production, reduce food insecurity, and mitigates the environmental effect of the food transportation. And growing food locally reduce the distance from farm to consumer. Urban farming practices including vertical gardens, rooftop farming, community garden, and encouraging school and restaurant to grow food. There are several great benefits. Meeting the growing demand for the local food, boosting the local economy, transforming underutilized spaces into vibrant and edible landscape, reducing the environmental impact of agriculture supply chain. Several cities have taken leadership roles in development urban farming programs. Uh, According to agriculture, for example, Victoria, BC has a program to distribute sending to community. Atlanta, Georgia has a program to ed- educate school children in urban farming. In New York City now has over 550 community gardens. And number 6, implement green architecture. When we talk about sustainable developments in cities, green architecture is a key component. Green architects are discovering innovative way to reduce resource use and lower greenhouse gas emission, from using natural building materials in solar panels to improving ventilations and insulation, planting more shade trees, and installing smart HVAC system. Green building can meet certain uh, requirements to get LEED certified, which is increasingly desirable for tenants. Benefits include energy saving and reduce greenhouse emissions and improve air quality and better health. Why we need green cities? Consider the benefits. The importance of sustainable city in community is become increasingly critical in the quest to reverse environmental damage and improve the livability of city. Urban green ecosystem can make an enormous difference for the environment. Here are the some of key benefits of green city. Environmental stewardship, each of us doing our part. Using sustainable city, mitigating the impact of global warming, better, better air quality leading to improvements in residents' health and wellness, improve water management and reduction of avoidable water loss, more efficient use of the electric grid for reduced carbon emission and lower cost, better use of solar energy and shade trees to reduce the use of resources. Build a sustainable future with a green tech brand. Taiji. Green technology is the key to a sustainable future. To adopt greener practice and build healthier city, we need smart connectivity, technology-driven efficiency, and data insight to make smarter, greener decisions. That where we come, and at Daiji we are proud to offer uh, lot solutions to support green technology applications today, so we can all enjoy a better tomorrow.